everybody, this is Ostuni, and wow, this was really an impromptu video. So I thought I'd make a little video about a couple of things that people may kind of be forgetting about going into Plains of Eidolon. Some things that you might want to consider prepping for it. This isn't necessarily like a suggestion of things to do. This is just stuff that you might want to be aware of. So, and give you some ideas of things that you might want to do, or you, maybe cut out some things that you don't want to do, or even give you some reason to pursue certain things in this game. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to try my best to multitask here just to give you guys something pretty to look at. So I'm going to be doing a, I'm going to do a invasion mission. So first thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that snipers are actually getting a number of buffs in Plains of Eidolon. Damage fall off, as far as distance goes, is going to be lengthened as far as like how much damage out, or how much range you can get out of your sniper rifles before damage starts to fall off. Also, your combo multiplier isn't going to degrade as fast, so basically what that means for you is that a missed shot will not kill your combo multiplier whenever you're a sniper, which is great, because snipers are a thing that exists in Warframe, but you don't really see them truly utilized, because most of the tile sets in the game are pretty closed quarters deal kind of things, which, like, that's not really like a notch against Digital Extremes. The game is big and everything like that, but just there hasn't been like a truly good environment to really snipe in. And with Plains of Eidolon, we're definitely getting that with a gigantic open world space. So that is good to know that snipers will definitely be encouraged heading into Plains of Eidolon. So if you guys have some sniper rifles that you guys have collected but not really invested into, now may be the time to kind of invest into them, since you'll have a nice wide open area to use them in that everyone else will also want to be a part in. Speaking of everybody else wanting to be in Eidolon, something else that you guys may want to know is that for the beginning stages of the Plains of Eidolon, each instance of the plains to begin with will only support 4 players. Dang, I'm good. That was crazy good. But, yeah, only 4 players to begin with, so don't expect to run into a whole bunch of people as far as that goes. Like, as far as the actual town goes that you will be hanging out in and everything like that, that's going to be kind of like a hub city, so you'll be able to see some people there and potentially even link up with people there, which is an interesting concept in its own. So, yeah, there's that. So that's just a little thing. Just don't expect like 20 like Tenno to be running all up and down on the plains together, although I'm sure there are plans for something like that in the future. Where do I need to go? Something else that you guys may want to be aware of, especially you guys who have been just rip-roaring through all the story content. I'm sure that there are a lot of you that have. I know that I definitely help my co-host on this channel with Warframe, specifically Lejeune, do it. But focus is getting a rework, and you may or may not want to invest anything into it right now, because the rework is going to be very extensive, and the reason that is because they're gearing up the Tenno to be a warrior, a less squishy warrior that we will be using a lot. So, naturally, a lot of things are going to be changed. Now, I can actually confirm for you guys, and I'll put a link to this. This is the Remote Observer Volume 14, the newest volume from Warframe.com. And you can, if you guys are ever curious about maybe some stuff that's going on, and you may have seen the dev stream and you want a little bit more, always take a look at that. That's a pretty cool little source. As far as the rework goes, this is actually a really interesting part of this. The very bottom bullet point of this is, for the most popular perks like Energy Overflow, it means we're going to be doing some deliberating. Right now, we're deciding, based on the constructive contributions, what it means to call this Xeneric passive an essential thing, in quotes. And if something like that maybe shouldn't be locked behind a focus school that for 4 other schools can't get. While we don't want Warframe to be infinite power spam, the game, we do want bonus energy regen systems to exist with an investment and likely be decoupled from focus at this point. So basically, they are aware of our concerns as far as very popular skills like that go. I think that basically what they're trying to say is that they are going to give us a way to get some good energy regen if we want it, but it's not, it may or may not even be through the focus tree, and actually, even if it is, it may not be locked specifically behind one tree anymore. Now, what I think that could potentially mean is that maybe each tree does have a regen thing, but you have to do a different thing for each tree to activate it. I think that would be fair. Like, if you're really good at headshots, one of the focus trees could say, like, hey, if you do you know, headshots better, then you'll get energy regen back, or maybe if you do melee kills, you'll get energy back. Who knows? It's definitely interesting, but like I said, in my opinion, focus isn't really worth investing into, because here's the other point for the focus rework that you guys may be forgetting about too, is the fact that all of our points that we've spent so far will be refunded. So, if you invested a lot into it, or if you're brand new into it, well, you're getting all your points back no matter what. So, like, feel free to invest and play around with this. Just know that very shortly, more than likely, probably later this month or even early next month, we're just going to see a lot of those skills that you just got used to just go away and be replaced by something else. Which I'm not saying I'd like that I'm against them doing the whole rework thing. I want them to definitely do it. It would be interesting to see the Tenno grow as a character. I just hope that the Tenno doesn't grow so powerful that Warframes aren't even needed. Like, that's my fear. But I'm sure that DE has some checks and balances coming for this kind of thing. Like, I mean, the game is called Warframe. That's their namesake. They wouldn't just kind of do that to basically the characters that have garnered them so much attention. Like, I think the limit is still going to be the fact that after the Tenno takes a certain amount of damage, which, like I said, probably because of all these perks and some of the gear that we can craft, like, it's going to be more, but whenever the Tenno takes a certain amount of damage, we're just going to revert to our Warframe state. So I think that's the balance of everything. Another thing, this is actually a pretty bright side to everything. Like, with I know that some people may be like uncertain about the focus change and everything like that, but this is actually a pretty positive note. Twitch is really getting behind Warframe now because, if you guys don't know right now, there is actually a Prime weapon bundle now, I think, and it may also include Frost Prime. I can't confirm that or not, but there is a Prime weapon bundle for you brand new players into the game. And what that Prime weapon bundle is it is the... And I'll try and remember to put an image up on the screen. That sounds so bad of me to try to remember. But the weapons that you'll get are the Soma Prime, which is a really good full automatic rifle for those, like I said, for those new players who don't know. And you can build it in a bunch of different configurations. And also the Skindo Prime, which is a pretty good heavy-bladed weapon. Like, it is... Like, I think for a while it was probably the heavy blade until War, and then until Prime Galatine, and then probably until we get the actual craftable weapons, in which I'll talk about that as the last point. But also, in addition to that, they are launching a very interesting streaming cooperation, because as streamers accomplish certain goals in the plains of Eidolon, the people who watch those streams will actually get bonuses, like a weapon pack. There's a Cyandana that's going to be given a Prime one at that. So once again, pretty cool that we're getting all this fancy gear. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. I don't think that that is actually tied in though with your Amazon, or well, not your Amazon, but your Twitch Prime thing. I think you can just attach your Warframe account to the your Warframe to your Twitch. That's what I'm trying to get at, and you can actually get it that way. Let's see here. I just remembered, so I did not get what I needed. That's fine though. That's cool. Or wait a minute, did I? Oh, I did get it. Sweet. I'm about to build another Warframe that I actually need for Mastery. And speaking of Mastery, and I don't mean to get off that subject too much, I just don't know all the little technical details of it. If you want more details, I'll throw a link to the page that details more about the Twitch program. If you want to watch or be a streamer or anything like that, you can take a look at that. But the other thing that I wanted to mention is the craftable weapons, the Ostron weapons. Every single tip, which pretty much is going to dictate the most about these weapons, every single tip that is available is a source of mastery. So that is pretty good. I've seen I think I saw at least 8 to 10 of those tip variants so far. So that's potentially about 10,000 mastery points on its own, because you get 2,000 per every weapon. So let me take a look at something. For a mastery rank player like me, where does that get me? Not very far. Cool. All right. But yeah, that it's not too bad, I guess. I may actually have a 0 off as far as that mastery rank goes, because that is a lot for me to do, and that almost seems impossible for me to get up to another rank. But yeah, if you guys are looking for more mastery, all of those tips, just the tip for those Ostron weapons will each net you some mastery. So definitely, if not for mastery, but just for experimentation, definitely try out all of them. Get all that mastery, because at the end of the day, whenever you've got nothing else going on, you're cranking out gear to get that mastery. And that ought to be good for newer players too, because like, I think that that's something like, I can't confirm this, but I'm thinking that Ostron weapons are going to be available to pretty much everyone. So it makes me wonder how they're going to upgrade and how they're going to scale with other weapons that we have. But anyway, that's another video for another time whenever we have more to go on for that. Probably whenever the update comes out, we'll know more about that. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys got a little bit of information that maybe you didn't know about, and maybe you have some new information to consider, especially with the Focus rework, and maybe the potential of reinvesting into some old toys like sniper rifles, and maybe getting a Twitch Prime subscription. I don't know. I'm not really interested in live streaming because I don't know. Just part of me says yes, part of me says no. Part of me says my internet may not be good enough, but you never know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and question of the day. And this is actually a pretty interesting one, and this does have to deal with the sniper, essentially rework. How many of you actually really used sniper rifles heavily before all this information came out? That's something I wouldn't mind knowing, because I think Magamu actually explained it the best, is that for a while sniper rifles, like, they were there, but more than likely they just kind of felt like one-round shotguns, or like really, really low-clip shotguns. But yeah, that's just me and somebody else's that's way more popular than me opinion. But thank you guys for watching. This is Bill.